Weekend I took Friday off for vacation and came up here.
Red lights on, right? Little red lights on there?
Yeah, we're rolling.
Okay, good. This is Mr. Ross Rowland, who is in charge of and responsible for the American Freedom Train, the High Iron Company, and the whole project involved with the American Freedom Train. And we've just completed a run to Bethlehem here. What was the purpose of this particular move?
Well, we brought the engine up to Bethlehem today to start renovation work on it in preparation for its lease to the Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad and the Baltimore and Ohio, where she will, during the summer of this year, 1977, pull a 17-car long passenger excursion train around the entire Chessie system in celebration of the sesquicentennial 150th anniversary of the founding of America's oldest railroad, the Baltimore and Ohio. And we're going to do some general running repairs on her here, repaint her into Chessie colors, and do some work on some of the cars. And then beginning in May, we'll go out on the road and be on the road all summer for the Chessie.
This is a Reading, originally a Reading engine house, isn't it? So, in all likelihood, this particular T1 probably was here at one time.
Yes, it was. In fact, this locomotive, 1946, 47, and 48 was regularly assigned power here. So she spent many a night in this roundhouse as a Reading T1. So it's sort of like old home week for the engine.
This is the as far as the America goes, as far as the American Freedom Train. This is going to have a new life now. How do you feel about that, or what are your feelings about the change in this particular involvement with this particular engine?
Well, I think quite understandably a little mixed in emotion. Happy that, very happy that the engine has a active life ahead of her, profitable life, where she'll be able to, you know, make a lot more, many more thousands of people happy as she did as the America. A little sad in that it was a great experience on the Freedom Train, and I think personally she looks mighty handsome in red, white, and blue. I hope she looks as handsome in green and gold. But it's progress, and the most important thing, I think, is that regardless of what the colors are, that it be done tastefully and that the engine have an active life. I think those are the important things.
Is there anything at this sort of last point in the story of the Freedom Train, is there any, this is maybe a difficult question, but is there anything that you think of specifically that's a poignant memory to you, or something that stands out throughout this whole project that you've been involved with, or some particular memory that you have that stands out?
Gee, there's so many. In sum total, it was a great experience. It lived up to every hope and expectation that I had, and I had a lot of them. I think that it can be fairly and honestly said that there's no question that the Freedom Train was the hit of the bicentennial. We did everything we had hoped to do, and then some more. Any one incident, I really can't say, because it was such a great experience and such a thrilling journey that I really can't pick one out, one specific incident. I do remember several. Once when, the first day we were open, April 1, 1975, when we took a group of handicapped children through the train, and one of the kids was a 13-year-old girl who was in a body cast all the way from her shoulders down, and terribly crippled, you know, but quite alert mentally. And she went through the train. We took them up to the engine. Some of the kids were blind, and we let them feel the wheels and, you know, so on and so forth. And she said that after it was all over, she said, you know, I'm glad I went through the train, she said, because as tough a time as I've had, she said, I can see where our pioneers had a much tougher time, and I feel a lot better about it, you know. So it really touched me. I remember it to this day. Some other experiences like that, you know. We had many times we'd go through a town and be thousands and thousands and thousands of people out to see us go through, and once in a while you'd see an old-timer there take his hat off and you know, sort of salute the flag, the train. We always flew the flags on the front here, and occasionally you'd see one with tears running down his face, and that really, you know, got to you. Many experiences like that. It was really, in total, it was a great experience.
This is kind of a loaded question. Between the GS4 and the T1, which one was your favorite?
Well, you know, I think that I like both engines. I think the T1, excuse me, the Daylight is a little better looking an engine because it was built to be a better looking engine. These were built to pull 100-car long freight trains. That was built to pull 12-car long lightweight passenger trains, so it was built to be sexier, if you will. Which is the better engine? I don't think either. That's a great engine. I think there's no question this was more suited to pulling the Freedom Train than the Daylight, because this was built to pull heavy loads. That was not. And that's why it had to have diesel assistance a great deal, and we didn't. It doesn't speak against or for either machine, in my opinion. It's just that what the Freedom Train, the application of the Freedom Train, pulling the Freedom Train, was much closer to what this was built for than what the Daylight was built for. So I guess I'd have to say that the T1 is slightly more a favorite of mine because I own the locomotive, and I hate to use diesels. You know, when we're running a steam engine, I like to go steam. But the Daylight's a hell of an engine, no question about it.
One final question. I'm sure that your own personal time and your emotions and your energies was tremendous investment to get this Freedom Train project. Was, as you say, you know, tremendous accomplishment. It really was a fantastic accomplishment during our bicentennial. Now what for you?
Well, I hope to, I appreciate the compliment, and I just want to say that it took a great many people beyond me to get it done. Equally dedicated, who sacrificed as much or more than I did. So the credit doesn't belong to me alone. It belongs to a great many people who really sacrificed. I hope to, in the future, see this engine continue to be actively employed. Hopefully in 78, 80, and 78, 79, and 80, we're going to lease it to Amtrak, and they're going to run it. We hope to get the sister to this, the 2100, running next